Yeah, once it gets going. Hey, what's up? What's up, guys? Isaac. Looks like we have Isaac, Jeremy, Darren on live here today. Looks like we have people jumping in. All right, so what I have here is just a license plate blank. I painted this 2 weeks ago on one of the lives, metal flaked it. I went ahead and scuffed this down once it's been cleared, and we're going to start with some 80s style graphics, and we're going to be utilizing a lot of that metal flake that we have on there, but we will also be covering some of it up, obviously, to be able to make these designs. I'll kind of show you how I went about making the stencil real quick. But first, I'm going to go ahead and finish. We'll get a few more people to jump on. I'm going to finish scuffing this down a little bit on the edges. Like I said before, when you scuff this clear coat down, you're going to want to make sure that you're knocking down all of the gloss, because you need that paint to adhere to something, and paint just isn't made to stick just right to clear coat. You need to sand it or scuff it. All right, that's looking pretty good. All right. Kind of give you a rundown of what we'll be doing. So I pulled this picture off the internet. Thought it was interesting. It was in color. It's just with a laser jet. I printed this out, and I really didn't need the color. I just needed the shape of everything. So in order to transfer this to make it a stencil, I'm not using any kind of fancy equipment, really. I'm not going to use... I do have a Cricut cutter, and we've talked about that before. You okay? You got that? Here, go ahead and flip it up. Right. Maybe try again. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to end this stream. Yeah, you can go ahead and try it and see if it works. If it's not going to work on Amazon, that's fine. But I'm going to go through real quick of what we're doing here. I printed this out. I got some stencil paper here, which is removable vinyl. And what I do is I just take a picture. So, I'm sorry, take a pencil, take the picture, flip it around. And we're just going to layer some of this pencil over the back of this. That way we're able to transfer the image to our vinyl. Just like that. I already have this part done, so I'm just going to kind of give you the basics of what I did to make this happen.
Someone's asking if we enjoyed our trip and if there was a live last week. If they missed it.
Yeah, no live last week. We didn't have a live last week. We were in Disneyland. It was great. It was really fun. All right, so what we do here is, so now that I got the pencil laid out on the back, we're able to take either a pencil or a pen and basically just use that to transfer the image. Just going to do this kind of roughly. Bless you.
Thank you.
Oop. There we go. Let's said, just do this real quick because I have this cut out already. But to give you the idea of exactly how this works, I kind of want to bring you along for this.
Someone asked if they could ask a question.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you guys have any questions? Let me know. Okay, so you can see how that roughly transferred onto there. I should have had a maybe, this is a soft foam backing on this, but have something a little harder to draw on. That would have worked a little better, but that'll kind of give you the idea. Just take an X-Acto blade. Basically follow around that curve right there to make the sun. And just using it to cut out the design we want, which is the palm trees. So you can kind of see how that works right there.
Someone said the old school sun rays would look cool with this design.
Yeah, that'd be kind of a different thing of doing, but yeah, that would look, because we're doing a little bit different approach on this. We're gonna do some 80s style, but yeah, even sun rays coming out of the back of that look great. We're gonna do something a little bit different than that though. So here it is, cut out. Cut it out with the X-Acto blade. It's not perfect.
Someone said, what's the reason to do all this instead of just using the machine?
You can use the machine if you have one. I mean, they're $400, $400 or $500. This is if you don't have the machine, and it's really not that hard to do it this way. Also, I feel like it's good to learn, even though you most of the time we do rely on machines and software to be able to do these designs. I feel like it's important to be able to whip something out, either by drawing it out or by transferring it out and cutting it out with a blade. That's kind of how I started. That's how I did everything when I first started. But yeah, I mean, it's you use both where you need it. I like to show that it's not necessary. Sometimes these are just easy enough to be able to cut out by hand. I'm only doing it one time. That's the other reason why. If I was doing multiple plates over and over again, obviously I'd want a stencil to cut it because I wouldn't want to have to cut it every time. So we're just doing one of these. So I feel like that'd be just good enough to be able to cut it by hand.
And someone said, how long can you leave a project before clearing it?
That's a good question. I wouldn't leave a project more than a couple of weeks with base coat on it without clear coat. Even then, if you do leave it for a while, throw a tack coat or two before you start hitting it heavy with the clear coat. But I've never really had a problem at all. I've left stuff for months before and haven't had a problem. So I'm not really sure exactly where that's coming from, but I know that is a rule that you need to coat clear coat or coat base coat within a certain time period. If it's something like this, say like we've already clear coated this, we metal flaked it and clear coated it, sanded it down, scuffed it down, and say I left this for like a month or two, it'd be a good idea just to scuff it down one more time before you got started painting, because a lot of those sandpaper ridges over time will start to lay out, and then you may have problems with the paint adhering.
Someone said, I wanted to ask a question. As a high schooler, what should I use to start out with my airbrushing?
What kind of paint or equipment? Or both? I guess in both.
Both.
So I would start with the same airbrush that I use, which is an Iwata Neo. You can get that on the Amazon link that's down in the description. And as far as paint goes, you can use Cretex water base. You can get some of that at the craft store. I use solvent base. That's just kind of what I do. and that's how I've learned, and that's kind of how I do it. I feel like it's better, it dries faster, but whatever you feel comfortable with. But I know with water-based, it does take a little more time as far as the dry times and stuff like that. And when you're new, sometimes that can be hard. And also, you can't lay it out quite as thick.
Somebody said, what kind of work stand are you using?
Work stand?
Yeah.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
It's like an old DJ stand. So maybe a computer stand, a laptop stand might work. But this is used. I don't know where it really came from.
Then someone said, thanks for helping me with that dilemma on ID.
Yeah, right on.
And then someone said, where's the plate from and what size is it?
It's just a standard size plate, license plate frame. I think I got it off of Amazon.
And then someone said all about the dry time. Yeah, I just read my DBU spec sheet today, and it says 24 hours to clear or scuff the base coat.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, scuffing base coat. That doesn't make sense to me. But why would you scuff base coat? I still don't understand that. I feel like if you scuff the base coat, you're going to scratch it.
Thanks, E. Brown, for the late birthday wishes.
Oh, is your birthday? How did he know?
Mm-hmm.
Good for him. Okay, so I did that the hard way. You can get a full sheet like the transfer, and but we're going to transfer this onto the plate here. Oh, I can't see nothing. Okay.
They asked if that yellow tape is line brand.
Nope. The yellow tape is 3M. Okay, I'm going to kind of guess and put it right there because I really can't see. I think we're good. All right, let's see how we're looking here. If you kind of pull the tape at an angle like this, instead of like pulling it straight up, like pulling it back on itself, you have better luck keeping that stencil down. That's just a little trick. Man, this sun is going to take up more space on this thing than I thought it was going to. But that's okay. We'll do some graphics up. Maybe it'll go up over the top as well. Okay, cool. So far, so good. All right. In this particular design, I did notice something that I liked, which were these lines going across right here. And I think I want to go ahead and do some of those. And I'll just use the 1/8" tape. It's about the right size. Yeah. I use the 1/8" tape. Maybe start right there.
Someone said it must be cold there because you're wearing a sweater.
Yeah, it's just cold. It's freezing cold.
It's way cold.
We just got back from California, so it's super cold now.
It's 23 degrees, but it feels worse because we just...
Just got back from someplace warm.
Yeah.
All right, I think that'll look cool. My hands look pink. I thought I was wearing pink gloves. All right, so got that all laid out there. What's next? All right, so I could go ahead and tape this off and paint throughout here. So let's grab the 16th inch. All right, I'm just going to wing this. I'm not even sure what the heck I'm doing here, but let's see if we can get something going on.
Everyone says no gloves today?
No.
You thought you were wearing pink gloves. I guess. You got clear ones on today. Invisible.
They're invisible.
You put your order in for the gloves.
What's that? Did I?
I said, did you put your order in for the gloves from the super chats they sent?
No, I didn't. That's why I don't have them.
You forgot?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll do it. I'll have to do it for you.
Okay, that sounds awesome. I'm going to go ahead and trim that right there.
I'll add it to your sticky list of a million things to do.
All right.
Someone said he's mentally still at Disney.
Should be doing Mickey Mouse right now, huh? Instead of a palm tree. Well, it is kind of a palm tree. That's
palm
what.
tree from Cali. That's probably where it came from.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and trim that. I'm this right here. So it could be one of two ways. We can have the sun overlap the graphic, or we can have the graphic overlap the sun, just depending on which one of these we cut and remove. But I am gonna go ahead and let it overlap the sun graphic. We'll just trim that and get rid of those. All right. Let's grab that 16th inch again.
Chris said, hey, I paid big chat money for gloves last week. I think Mickey got it. No.
Yeah, Mickey did get it.
No, Chris. If you know this guy a list, I think he has like 10 post-it notes of lists of things he needs to do.
Yeah, and get.
And get and
Buy
and order, and so that's on the list. And if he don't do it, I will.
But Mickey probably did get that in the meantime.
Nah, thanks for the super chat, Chris.
All right, I'll go ahead and maybe this one will come up this way.
I told him we should find some neon colored ones, like neon yellow or something. He does the 80s.
Then it'll blend in with what I got going
Or
on.
fingerless.
Okay, let's see how this looks.
Someone said you put a helicopter on the left, really be Los Angeles Disney.
Yeah, a helicopter. Is it? Yeah. Let's see. That could come out of there. I don't want this to look too funky. Yeah, I might just go ahead and pull this one. Yeah, okay. That looks a little weird to me. Maybe this will be better. Let's check it out. Bless you.
Thank you.
And then maybe we'll just pull some out of here. Oh yeah, this will look good. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll bring this one back that way and then let that dip underneath the sun right there. All right. Trim those. Okay, and then we'll just trim like we did on the other side. Trim this part of the, because we no longer need this line. It's going to be overlapped. It's going to be right in the center of this graphic. Yeah, I'm good with that. I feel like maybe we can do just a little bit more. Maybe something just a little bit right here and right here.
Swampy sent you a $5 super chat.
Oh yeah, hello Swampy. Jarvis, Michael Jarvis. Appreciate you, man. Trim that up. Okay, and this one I'm going to go ahead and fill this edge. So, yeah, that whole thing will be filled in. Maybe on this one we'll go. Let's see, maybe out of here.
Brown said, I feel the difference with the 16 fine line tape compared to the 3M.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't used 3M for a long time to really know, but for sure, feel you on that one. Okay, so yeah, this one will kind of come through right here. This one will just kind of fall off the edge on that side. So we'll have a couple of graphics that kind of go through here. Some of this will be left exposed metal flake, which would be everything in here, in there, and then the rest of it we're going to pretty much fill in with some bright colors. But we can go ahead right now. What we'll do is we'll mask off everything that's going to stay the metal flake, which is going to be the background. Wait a minute, hold on. I might be jumping the gun here. Is this correct? Hold on, I gotta think for just a second. That's gonna be white. That'll be okay. So, before I do that, glad I thought of this before I tape that all up. I do need to edge this out in black, and I don't need to, but I want to.
Someone said, how long did it take you to paint that rad road glide?
It took a long time. Yeah, it took me on and off. I worked on it on and off because it was just for a buddy. It took me. Oh, I was just talking about this today. It took me a whole year.
But not doing it straight, just on your spare time.
No, yeah. Just on the spare time and on certain days.
And then someone said, hey brother, is there a big difference between 2K clear acrylic urethane and 2K clear urethane? So 2K clear acrylic and then non-acrylic.
And maybe somebody that knows a little bit more than that could chime in. As far as I know, a lot of this stuff is acrylic urethane. So I say yes to the acrylic. I'm not sure what's not acrylic. Most of the stuff that I use is acrylic. So, and that would probably be a good one to use.
So you don't know if there's a big difference between them?
No, I wish I did. So if somebody knows, maybe they can shed some light, or maybe we can ask the internet. I don't know. Okay, it's got some black base coat here. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and follow all the lines, all the graphics I have here. The only one that I'm not going to follow is the inside of the sun here. Okay, so the inside of the sun is all going to be covered in white and color, so that's why I kind of decided not to do the inside of the sun. I feel like it's not going to do anything anyways, because all it's going to be filled in. So I could do it, but it's for nothing. Just wasting the paint.
Someone said, what's the best way to spray, or what's the best way to clean your booth after spraying metal flake?
I usually just sweep it up. It's just, if you spray flake, just know that it's going to be a big mess. I think the better thing to do is, if you don't spray flake very often and you don't really want to contaminate your booth, you could lay out some plastic on your floor. Probably be a good idea. What else could you do? Yeah, you could spray at a lower pressure. That would definitely help out as far as cleanup goes. Just spray, maybe on one side of your booth. Little things like that might be able to help, but it's going to make a mess. So I'm just taping out everything that's not going to have a graphic, which you can see right here, that graphic. Oh, wait a minute. I did that wrong. I taped that out the wrong way. I actually needed to do it on this one too. Oh no, that's good. Yeah, I'm glad I said that, because taping out all the negative space. And just kind of trim it up as you go.
Someone said, could you use purple mix with white on the outlines?
Purple mixed with white. Yeah, you could.
And then someone said, do you always outline with black? Wondered how brown as an outline would work with a gold and yellow.
All that would work in this case. I like to, yeah, I personally like to edge everything out with either black or a darker color like purple. And if I was to choose a different color in this, I probably would choose a purple. But yeah, I would say experiment with it, because it could be good. What you're thinking could be good. You just maybe just try it on something. Okay, so that section's done in there. You can see that was all the negative space that we needed to take care of in that particular area. Looks like a little bit here. And then we'll trim. Trim that up a little bit. Looks like a little bit right here. You might be able to get all that. There we go. All right. What else we got? Oh, just right there. That's the last one.
Someone said, "Hey, glad to see you guys are back. Any news on the Limelight candies?"
Yeah, that's it'll be a while still, a few months. But yeah, thanks for asking though.
Someone said, "What do you think is better, mixing flake with clear or laying clear and dry flaking?"
Oh, definitely not dry flaking. If you want to make a huge mess and make it uneven, I don't know. Some people can do it, so I'm not going to talk crap on it. But I feel like you can do a lot better job on. It's faster. It's less of a texture. The thing is when you're blowing it onto wet clear coat, it out and it's like flopping at different angles, and it's really tough to get that to level out, to get it smooth enough to where you're able to lay down tape. Like imagine this being rough right now. The tape just doesn't like that. The fact that we sprayed this metal flake out, it gives it a chance to level out and lay flatter. But you can dry flake too if that's all you got. I literally, when I started flaking, I just folded a piece of paper up, and that's what I did. I blew it on. I just spray the part, folded it up just like this in half, like that. I put metal flake all down the center, and I just blew it on, like just blew it onto the part. And I did it like that for like a year, and then that sucked. And it was never really even. It was hard to get it even. Even with a gun, it just like spurts out at different weird times. You know, everybody likes to do a certain way, and there's not really a wrong way or a right way. There is an easier way. It looks like I got everything here, right? So I got that going through there. Let's go ahead and take that down a little more. Here. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Lay out some white base coat. Make sure that's stuck down there good. We don't want any underspray there.
Someone said the sound's off.
I'm sorry, what?
Someone said the sound's off.
The sound's gone?
Oh, he said never mind. He hit a button on his Someone said, "Did you run into any YouTube subscribers at Disneyland?"
Nope. The day before I did, though, I think.
The day before?
I think the day before, yeah.
At the beach?
No, the day before we left.
Oh. Someone said, "Also, apology for a long time. You know your method is simple and economical." Yeah.
Okay, so I got the airbrush cleaned out. And once again, somebody talked about the airbrush I use, Neo, Iwata. It's like $79, free shipping. Good deal. We got some white base coat here. Looks like it's already thinned out pretty good. All right. Just gonna lay this out pretty light. Let me turn on that fan, babe, real quick.
Someone said, "Can you put clear coat over decal stickers?"
Yes, you can. It's a little tricky though. Sometimes you get bubbles underneath it. Definitely when you do that, lay down a couple of really light coats of clear coat before you start pounding it on.
And then James Clement gave you a $20 super chat.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thanks, James. So what I'm doing, I'm just kind of filling in the sun here. Just kind of going light, not going all crazy. I kind of want it to be pretty even. And I'm also going to fill in these graphics too. Keep layering this up a little bit. Getting pretty close here. Okay, we're looking pretty good there. I think that'll do.
Someone asked if you've ever used Iwata TRN.
TRN. Huh. I have never heard of that.
Trigger airbrush.
Oh, a trigger airbrush. I haven't used an Iwata, but I've used a Grex. What he's speaking of is this guy right here with a... I don't want to pull the trigger because you never know what'll fall on this, but this one's really dirty. But yeah, trigger instead. You just don't have quite the amount of... as you do with the traditional button style. But if you like it, then use it. Ooh, I forgot this one.
Don't forget the bottom.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's bright enough. We could solid that out a little more, but we're going to live with what we got there. All right, let's lay some color down in this thing. So we're going to be mixing up our own base colors on the using the Limeline pigments here. As you can see, this is the bright yellow. Oh, there you go. This is the bright yellow pigment. We're going to go ahead and mix clear base coat, or also known as intercoat clear. And we're going to reduce it out so we can make it sprayable through the airbrush. That way we can lay these colors out. So basically, this is the base color powder that we're going to be mixing with a base coat that is clear. And then we're going to reduce it with the urethane reducer to make it sprayable. So that way we're able to spray it through the airbrush. If it's too thick, it's not going to spray, right? So that's why we use the thinner. So we'll go ahead and grab one of these mixing bottles, the marble in it. We'll take, let's see, let's go grab a spoon here. We'll grab a mixing spoon, measuring spoon.
You said, what's the name of the airbrush that you just showed, that trigger one?
The trigger one is
Grex.
a Grex, yeah.
With a G?
Yep. Grex.
Just one E? Yeah.
Okay, so we got the yellow and the clear base coat mixed in there. Let's go ahead and throw some reducer. I got some urethane reducer in this bottle here. Voila, there you go. So we have our color. Make sure it's mixed good enough. All right, we'll take some of this. We'll load up our Iwata. Make sure it's spraying okay. Probably could use a little more pigment than that. We'll see how that looks. What I do want to do real quick is really don't want all that much overspray onto this. So let's go ahead and mask those out a little bit. Okay, that'll protect that some of those graphics. I think we're gonna do pink and maybe purple on some of those. I'm not sure yet. We'll go ahead and lay out the color. Here we go.
Somebody said, when airbrushing your pigments and colors, can it be without a respirator indoor?
No, you really should wear a respirator. And you should have some kind of ventilation. So indoors is not really a good idea unless you're in your garage. Put a fan on, wear a respirator. All right, I'm just going to do the top area right here because we're going to let that kind of fade it. We got a chunk of something just flew in there. Not sure what happened there. That didn't make it any better.
Because why did you use white first?
I laid down the white to make the colors brighter. Not necessary, but in order to make these colors really pop, laying down a white beforehand. All right, I'm going to go ahead and run a little bit of a blend this way, kind of just blending that into the... All right, let's go. And I'm going to go ahead and load up and mix up some orange. Once again, taking another bottle. Actually, let's use red, because what I'll do is I'll do red here, and then by the time it blends up here, it'll turn into orange.
Someone said, I ran out of the Createx 4011 reducer and was wondering if I can use something else until it comes in. Any ideas?
Well, I know some people have used cleaners, but...
Somebody replied and said someone has used distilled water.
Yeah, you could probably get away with that. I don't know as far as adhesion goes, but I've mixed it with water before and made it work. But that's going to be kind of up to you on that, whether or not you'd want to do that. Painting, or if it's a customer's part, or you don't want anything to fail later on down the road. So this is the red base coat we're mixing up. So once again, inner coat clear base coat with some urethane reducer. Throw a little more thinner in that. All right. Go. This is the red, and we're just going to go ahead and blend it into the yellow that we have up there, kind of giving it an orange fade, as you can see what it's doing here. Make the bottom a little darker. Okay, I don't want to do too much, because once you get so much paint, it starts to build up, and it'll like create, like you can see on these right here, these little balls, because they just dry up before it hits. And if you build up too much paint at once, it could start to cause like an undesirable look because it doesn't blend very well. The way you could prevent that from happening is you lay down the base color and then you clear coat it. They come back and sand it, and then once again you're back at a smooth surface again. Yeah, I mean, that's about what we're gonna do. Maybe I'll blend up a little bit more up into here. But we want this bottom to be pretty bright. Yeah, I think that'll look good. All right, let's go ahead and pull off this masking we have here. Leaving that. Okay, so I think that's it. Yeah. All right, so let's do some, maybe let's do some pink. We'll do pink and purple here. And then maybe we'll choose a couple other combo colors. Maybe we can do the something else here. We'll see. Maybe some blue. Once again, grab our bottle here. Clear base coat. Here's the pink. Now this is mixing 1 scoop with 1 ounce. That's how this works. It's 1 ounce sprayable. So what we're gonna do is get 1 scoop here. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and mask this area off right here. There, I should do it. All right, I'm probably going to do this one pink and probably this one over here pink. We'll probably do some kind of a graphic in there as well. What do I got in here? Nothing. I like to start with the edges and kind of move into the center. You can do it however you want, but that's just feel like having that blend there looks kind of nice.
Wait till we get in Margaritaville.
Picture of salt. It looks like.
Is that what it looks like? Yeah, it kind of does. Okay, so there's our pink. Now what we want to do is we're probably going to do some kind of a accent in here. What should we do, babe? We can do the splatter effect in there. You want to find a stencil? Maybe we'll do the splatter here stencil. I feel like that would look really good. That splattered grunge one. I don't know if you can see it in there or not.
This?
Yeah, that's it. So we'll go ahead and use this stencil right here. But first, Where's the purple at? All right, we got the metallic purple here. We'll go ahead and use that. The bright purple, not sure where it's at. I don't think I have one over here. So we're fine with this metallic purple as well. And this will also spray out of the airbrush. Mix the same way. Take a bottle. Got some clear base coat here. Give it a shake. Ah, there we go. Purple. We got in here, we got pink. Oh, it's gone. Go ahead and fill that up. Some purple. Grab our grunge / grunge stencil here. Maybe we'll lay it out. Yeah. Right there. This has metallic in it, so I'm going to give it that sparkle. Look at that. That's going to look good. Oh, yeah. I really like that. I'm going to give it just a really light blend on the edges. Not too much. There we go. Go ahead and do the same thing over here. Easy enough. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fill in this area and this area with a couple other colors. So we've already used the yellow, pink, red, blended into the orange. Maybe here we can do the blue into purple. I feel like would be a good. What do you think, babe? We should go blue into purple. All right, I got that purple cleaned out. I'll go ahead and put a cap on this. All right, here's the blue. Got some blue in there. And some urethane reducer. So we got clear base coat, blue pigment, and urethane.
So it sure doesn't take you long to clean out between the colors.
No, nope. That's what's nice about having a gravity fed airbrush like this, where it's a gravity fed rather than a bottle fed. Just super fast to change out the colors. And really, if you're like changing from like yellow to green, you really don't even need to clean it out that great. You can just flush it out a little bit. Yellow and green is fine to kind of mix those a little bit. Same thing with the blue and the purple. Where's my mask? All right, we're gonna put a pretty light fade of blue on this because we want that purple to have a lot of contrast. If we were to flood this out in darker blue with more pigment, you're not going to really see the graphics very well. So I want this to stay pretty bright.
You're using lacquer thinner for cleaning airbrush paint guns, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yep, using the lacquer thinner to clean the airbrush. All right, blue's down. Once again, you don't even need to clean it that well. I have the blue in there, but I'm going to be loading it up with the purple. Where'd that purple go? Here we go. And there's the purple. So on this one, I'm going to go ahead and use the Limeline Honeycomb stencils. I feel like that'll look good. What we'll do is we're just going to pull the negative, or is this the positive? It's one of the two.
You always say
I don't know on this. So I'm going to lay that out just like that. That's where it wants to sit.
Should be clouds.
Nah, I feel like this is going to be a better look. Clouds, yeah. I got this laid out. Once again, I'm just hitting the edges, and I'm going to just fade into the center. All right, let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah. I don't know, just more of like that Tron. If I had circuit boards, I'd probably do circuit boards. Like, you've seen that stencil?
No.
It's pretty cool.
What is it?
Circuit boards, like a little circuit. It's cool. Like lines that go into like a little hole, I guess. I don't know.
Someone said, what size tip are you using? 0.35 or 0.05 with the Neo?
It's the 3.5 on this one. But I couldn't find the 0.5, or I probably would have bought it. It gets clogged less because the needle's bigger. So if you're new, maybe that's a good thing, because that's one thing that people always wrestle with is the needle getting clogged with paint. And it happens to everybody. It really does. Okay, so y'all ready to unmask this thing? I think we're about there.
See it.
Got a little bit of flake in here. Got some colors. Forgot everything we got going on. All right, let's pull that off. So far, so good. We're going to have to wait on that one. Okay. Now these, looks like we got to pull these 1/8 inch lines that we have going across. Wasn't sure how this is going to look, so we're going to find
How
out.
many times can you reuse that stencil?
Depends on which stencil you're talking about. The honeycomb one, you can use it a few times. The plastic ones, you can use a lot, hundreds of times. It's reusable. Getting closer.
Someone said, do you ever outline your art with a brush? And if so, what type and size do you use?
I really don't use a brush at all. Not really at all, so can't help you with that. Somebody here probably can, though. I think like a 000 or something. I don't know. That's just what I've heard before. 000. All right, let's pull these palm trees off, huh? All right, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll just do some quick drop shadows just right here, underneath here real quick with some dark gray. We could even use purple. Let's go ahead and use purple. Shoot, we can get away with that, I think. I think we can. Let's see. Nah, that's not dark enough. So we'll take some black base coat. We'll over reduce it. And I'm going to stick just a little bit of white in there too.
Someone said just shoot the whole thing with like orange candy for science.
For science. In the name of science. Okay, let's see. It's really light right there. Little drop shadow there. A little bit there, a little bit there. That's it. That's all we need. A little bit there, maybe. Okay. Oh, yeah. Right there. That doesn't make sense. That drop shadow should have been on the other side, but that still looks good. All right. So I'm pretty happy with this. I wasn't sure what it was going to turn out like. I like it. It's going to look really good once it's clear coated because all of that metal flake is going to pop out and look really good. Along with these, that purple is also done in a metallic as well. That'll kind of show up. But other than a little chunk right there that kind of splattered out because our airbrush was a little dirty, this thing turned out really good. You see those drop shadows look like, check out this one, looks great. Same thing with this one. Oh, cool. Yeah, let's any other questions? We'll just go ahead and finish those questions up and then we'll be done for the night.
Have you ever tried using 3M multi-purpose adhesive 77 spray drill light to hold your roll slice?
No, I haven't. Well, I just don't think it's a good idea. If I would probably use magnets over adhesive if you really want it to stick down. But I feel like with lace, you can hold it down tight enough that you don't need anything like that. You can stretch it around items, or you have your buddies hold it down while you spray it. That's a better option than I think using any kind of adhesive. But doesn't mean it's not going to work.
It looks nice. It's awesome. Definitely using the honeycomb stencils with the fishtail and the lace. Looks great.
All right. Got it? Okay. Another Thursday night down. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Hit me up on Instagram if you want me to do something. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. Maybe some flake, maybe some candy, maybe not. Let me know what you want to see. But see you next week.